Yes, hello, and welcome to our next installment in our series of programs on playing card games solitaire. We have a question from one of our members, and he has asked, Hey, card guy, I miss playing poker with my buddies. Do you have a game that I can play that is reminiscent of poker? But solitaire. Well, RN of Morrisontown, I would answer your question with a resounding "you betcha," and that game is called Poker Squares, and that is a solitaire game that uses all of the skill and thrill and luck of 5-card poker, but played solitaire. So let's learn all about it. Let's first begin with familiarizing ourselves first with our deck. So, as you know, we will use a standard 52 card pack of playing cards, as you see here, which again has 2 colors, red and black, 4 suits, and 13 ranks within each suit, ace through king. Next, I always recommend to our members to shuffle the deck, preferably with the riffle technique if you can, 7 times, and that has been mathematically proven to give you the maximum randomness. So let's do that 7 times, and then let's dive into a quick update on the strategy and the inner workings of 5-card poker. You are dealt 5 cards, and you are charged with maximizing the value of those 5 cards by building hands. And let's review all the hands that are possible in the game and the points that we are awarded in our game of Poker Square Solitaire. First, let's begin with the simplest hand, and that is a pair, illustrated here with the deuces. And that is when 2 of your 5 cards match ranks. And when that happens, you're awarded 2 points. Next, let's have 2 pair. Let's do that twice. So if 4 of your cards are in play, as you see here with 2 pairs, matching ranks, that hand is worth 5 points. Next, let's move on to 3 of a kind, as illustrated here by 3 jacks. So 3 cards of your 5, matching ranks, that hand is valued at 10 points. Next, let's move to a straight. This is a 5-card hand, illustrated here where cards are in sequence. That's a must, but the suit is irrelevant, and that straight is worth 15 points. Now here is a flush. This is a 5-card hand where the suit is important. All 5 have the same suit, but the rank is not important. So this flush is valued at 20 points. Next, let's move on to our full house. All cards are in play, hence the house is full. You've got a pair of jacks and 3 fours. The full house is worth 25 points. Next, let's move on to 4 of a kind. This is a good hand, and we've illustrated it here with 4 aces, where 4 of your 5 cards match rank. Well, that's worth 50 points, as you see here. Next, let's move on to the second to the best. This is the straight flush, where 5 cards must be the same suit, but they also must be in sequence, as illustrated here. A straight flush is valued at 75 points. And now the granddaddy of them all, the royal flush, which is, again, a straight flush, like we discussed before, but they represent the highest ranking cards, 10 through ace. And such a great hand, it's valued at 100 points. Next, let's move on to laying out our game of poker squares. And it is done by dealing from your pack 25 cards in a 5x5 grid, as you see here. 5 at the top, 5 at the left, to create poker hands. And you'll notice that there are 10 of them. There's one here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Those are your 5 horizontal hands. But then there's also 5 vertically. There's a column here, and here, and here as well. So that makes up a total of 10 possible hands that you will build in your 25-card grid. Next, let's actually play a game of poker squares, and you'll see how it works. So as you can see, I'm beginning here with a nice clean playing surface. I begin by building a column of 5 cards to the left, and that's what begins our game. So we'll just go ahead and put down 5 cards here, and you can see I'm already doing pretty well here. I've got a flush right out of the box, but there's 5 cards on the left, and then play continues to the right with cards always touching a card on the left. Now this is where you can choose, and it's important to think about where's the best place for the card once it's placed. And remember, you can't reposition it. Once it's down, it's down. So where's the best place for this 7? Well, let's try up here. As a possible location, because remember, we're building vertical hands, but you're also building horizontal hands. So look here, we've already got a pair of aces working horizontally. Let's put this jack up here, and again, once it's in place, you can't change your mind. We've got a pair of 9s working horizontally here. Oh, I like this 8 here. Looks like we've got a nice pair of 8s cooking horizontally, but also remember, vertically, we've already got a couple of flushes going, running up and down. Now it looks like we got a 3 of a kind going here with these 8s. You know what, let's put the 9 up here for a 3 of a kind. 3 9s looks good. Oh boy, 4 8s, that's a strong hand. So 4 of a kind running horizontally. We'll place this 10 here. We begin a pair of 10s. Where's the best place for this 6? Well, let's put it down here so that horizontally we have a pair of 6s happening. Always think about the horizontal and the vertical axis. So here's a 10 for us, and let's place that here for 3 of a kind, but also keep your eye vertically. Ooh, this jack will help this. Not only is it a pair of jacks horizontally, but we're also building a flush vertically. Ooh, now this jack, of course, needs to go here for 3 jacks and also a full house happening horizontally. This 4, well, we've already got 4 8s, so let's put that 4 right here. That's probably a good spot. Now this 5, well, I do like having 2 pair horizontally down at the bottom. Let's do that. You know, not a lot of choices left here, but you know, a pair of 4s vertically makes some good sense. We'll put that here. That's 7. Well, how about a full house up top? That looks good to me. We'll place that 7 right there. And then, of course, the final spot in our grid, not a lot of choice. We'll go ahead and put our 2 right there. So that's a total of 25 cards and 10 hands of poker. Okay, so now why don't you get out a pencil and a pad, and we'll go ahead and score our game. We have 10 hands to tally, and we're going to add up all the points of those 10 hands beginning here on the left. There's a flush for you running vertically. Here's another flush in our next column, all diamonds. That's awarded another 20 points. Boy, oh boy, a 3rd flush, all spades running vertically here. And then finally a flush of 5 clubs you see right here. Now this column, not as much happening. There's a pair of 4s in there, so we're awarded 2 points for that hand. Now let's go horizontally. There's a full house at the top for 25. Here's another full house for us, 9s and 7s awarded at 25 points. Here's the big one, 4 of a kind. Boy, oh boy, 50 points for those 4 8s. Next, we have 3 of a kind, those 10s. Next. And then finally, we have our 6s and our 5s at the bottom for 2 pair awarded at 5 points. So there you have it. There are 10 hands of poker. And if you add up all those points, you're going to arrive at 197 points for our game. And boy, anything over 100, I think, is very respectable and very well done. So there you have it. That is our tutorial on Poker Squares. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Please be sure to join us again for our next installment. And hey, we'll see you next time.